Are you struggling with the match heading in the IELTS reading section? No matter how much ever I practice, I always end up choosing the one which is wrong, which is the trap. So I want to have more strategies. I want to have a step-by-step rule. If I just follow it, I will evade the traps and come out victorious. Well, if you belong to this category, then trust me, today's video about match heading will serve the purpose. If you want to make most out of this video, make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from Skills IELTS. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome pop-packed video on IELTS reading match heading. Well, today we're going to talk end-to-end strategies about the IELTS reading match heading. Well, before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. And anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the links and as a message, I'll be there, we will be there to help you guide in the right direction. Alright, without further delay, let's try to get right into the video. So this is how the match heading in the exam looks like. There could be a number of paragraphs like paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F. There could be many and they would have given you a list of headings. So now you have to match these headings to the relevant paragraph. Meaning you have to choose a particular heading for the relevant paragraph. All they're asking you is the heading which summarizes the paragraph. If a paragraph A has a summary of it, this is the gist of it. Whatever the option that you choose as heading should also summarize the paragraph, should also give the gist of it. But if you correctly do it, you're going to get that 1 mark. If you don't, because of so many reasons where people think this is the answer, but that is not the answer, something else is the answer. So because of these problems, people end up getting low scores. So now what we will do, we will unveil a 5-step strategy. And then I'll give you a test with a timer of 5 minutes. Post that, I'm going to explain you the strategies, where you went wrong and lot many things. So now let's understand the 5-step strategy to solving your IELTS match heading. The first step is to read the header and the footer, meaning first 1 or 2 lines and the last 1 or 2 lines, and check if you find anything that matches perfectly with the options. The second step is, let's say you don't find the perfect match heading, then you skim the entire para and get the gist of it, and now check if you find any heading matching perfectly. The step number 3 is to identify the traps and skip them. The step number 4 is, if exact words are matching, then think thrice before choosing it. The step number 5 is, choose the one which is the summary of the paragraph rather than just the keyword match. So these are the 5 steps. I'm going to explain each and everything in just a while, but if you want me to explain again, the step number 1 is you read the first 2 lines and the last 2 lines of the paragraph and try to find a perfect match. If you get a perfect match, you will come to step 3. If you don't get a perfect match, meaning the first 2 lines and the last 2 lines of the paragraph are not sufficient for you, now you got to read full. You read full, skim it, get the gist of it, and now try to match. Step number 3 is you got to evade the traps. There could be 2 potential answers as a perfect match for the heading. Now which one is correct? Most probably people end up choosing the wrong one. How not to choose the wrong one? That's the step number 3. The step number 4 is to find out if the exact words in the paragraph and the option are matching. Before selecting that, think at least 3 times, because most probably it will not be the answer. The last step, step number 5 is choose an option which gives you the summary of the paragraph. It's not just keyword matching. The summary should match, meaning this heading that they have given should give the gist of the entire paragraph. So now I'm going to give you a paragraph at a timer of 5 minutes. Try solving it with your own approach. Once done, I'm going to explain how to implement this 5-step strategy and make sure to get full mark in this match heading. Alright, I really hope you have solved it in under 5 minutes. So let's understand how to make sure you don't fall for the traps and you end up getting 4 out of 4 for this. So if you glance it, there are 4 paragraphs, A, B, C, D. Paragraph A I'm going to read. So what do I read? I don't read full, I read the first line and the last line. And it's a small paragraph, you can read full, but for lengthy paragraph, always make sure to read first 2 lines and the last 2 lines first and check as per our step 1 if you can find the exact match. If you don't, then you want to read full and then again find out. Hope you are getting it. Polar bears are highly specialized mammals that are adapted to, it's talking about adapting to the environment. The last line, this rapid change in their habitat has put the polar bear population at risk. Probably what I understood from this is polar bear is able to adapt, and in the end they are telling because of this problem its population is at risk. This is what I read, I got the gist of it. If you want you can read full, but now let's apply the step 1 and go to the list of headings down, understand if anyone goes perfectly with it. New behaviors, they did not talk about behaviors. Global initiative, they did not talk. Threats to hunting and survival, they did not talk. Probably survival can be, but hunting they did not talk. All they talked was adaptation. 4th is unique adaptations of polar bears fitting in. 5th, challenges in protecting, they did not talk about wildlife reserve. Agreement, they did not talk in section 7, polar bear adaptation to habitat loss. So 4 and 7, these 2 are exactly fitting in. Now the step 2 is not required because from the step 1 I am able to figure out which closely matches the heading. Now I have got 2 options, 4 and 7. Step number 3, evade or escape, skip the traps. One of them is a trap. You got to skip the trap and choose the right one. How do we do it? Get the context. The 4th one says unique adaptation of polar bears. Well, adaptation of polar bears is fitting in. The 7th one says in the heading, polar bear adaptation to habitat loss. 7th one, the keywords are matching. Population at risk, habitat loss, people go with adaptation, adaptation is matching. But the entire meaning could mean how polar bear is adapting to the habitat loss. How it is getting used to habitat loss. Sentence is entirely wrong. Why will you get used to habitat loss? So if you read it is not getting used to the habitat loss, how it is adapting to the habitat loss. No, they have not told it. What they are saying is polar bears are highly specialized mammals that are adapted to live. They have thick layers of fat. They have a very thick layer of fat and dense fur that protect from the freezing temperature. That is how they adapt. Due to climate change, the ice sheets in the Arctic are melting. This rapid change in their habitat it put the polar bear population at risk, but how it is adapting to this habitat loss, it is not talking at all about it. So if you choose 7, it means you have problem in the reading skill. How to improve the reading skill by practicing a lot of match heading? No, take a book and start reading. Take a newspaper and start reading. These are the real things. So now the option 7 is a classic trap. Option 4 is the correct answer. So if you are smart, you will not choose the option 7, or rather you will have a smile by looking at option 7 because you know the correct answer is option 4. Option 4 is the actual heading of paragraph A. Now we come to paragraph B. Melting ice affects polar bears' ability to hunt. That's the first line. Now second line says hunt seals, blah 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 blah. The last line, this has led to a decline in the overall health and survival. So probably it's talking about hunting and survival. Step number 1. I'm trying to match if any of the headings perfectly match. List of headings, new behavior, no. Global initiatives, no. Threats to hunting and survival. The first line talks about hunting, then last line talks about survival. I think paragraph B with a step number 1 we have got a perfect match. So for the paragraph B, threats to hunting and survival is the correct answer. So now we move on to the paragraph C. In response to the changing environment, polar bears have been observed altering their behavior. Now next line would have stated how they are altering the behavior, but I know it's about behavior. The last line, in some cases, this has resulted in conflict as polar bears enter villages. Villages means they are interacting with the humans. So it's talking about altering the behavior and the human interaction. This is what the step 1, and we are checking if there is a potential match. New behavior and human interaction perfectly matching. I don't think any other word is matching there. So for the paragraph C, the heading that matches is 1. New behavior and interaction is the perfect match for paragraph C. Now we go to a tricky paragraph D. Conservation efforts are being made to protect. Now conservation efforts. What kind of efforts? Blah 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 blah, they would have talked. Next, last line. However, these measures alone may not be enough if the current rate of climate change continues. 3 paragraphs are already done. There are 7 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 paragraphs answer are done. Meaning new behavior and human interaction is done. global initiatives to protect polar bears, challenges in protecting wildlife reserves, international agreements that come handy, polar bear adaptation to habitat loss. Out of these 4, 3 are traps and 1 is the answer. Now let's remove one by one. So now the paragraph D talks about conservation efforts. It doesn't talk about polar bear adaptation to habitat loss. So 7 is eliminated. So now what is left? Global initiatives to protect polar bears, challenges in protecting wildlife reserves, international agreement. Now if you see international agreement in the 6th option, the paragraph D, international agreements aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, second line exactly fitting in. The step number 4, remember, if exact keywords are matching, make sure you think thrice before choosing the correct option. Now international agreements aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. It's a part of the paragraph, it's not the gist of the paragraph. So international agreements that come handy is 100% not the correct answer. So we're going to eliminate 6 as well. So what is left? 2 global initiatives to protect polar bears and challenges in protecting wildlife reserves. So we probably need a little bit of more evidence to understand if there are any challenges in protecting wildlife reserves they're talking about. Conservation efforts are being made to protect, agreements to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, global warming, wildlife reserves have been established to protect areas where polar bears can hunt and live safely. These measures may not be enough if the current rate of climate change continues. Where they have talked about wildlife reserves. Challenges in protecting the wildlife reserves. Are they talking about challenges in protecting the wildlife reserves? All they are saying is wildlife reserves have been put in place, but this only may not be enough if the current rate of global change is growing. They are not talking about challenges in putting this in place. So 100%. 5 is also eliminated. So these are the traps I am telling you. Step 3 and step 4 is where you actually put in your understanding and eliminate the options which do not summarize the paragraph. Remember, match heading. Heading is the title of the book. You give a title in a way the title summarizes the entire book. Here as well, you choose a heading which summarizes the paragraph. The entire paragraph talks about global initiatives to protect polar bears. One is agreement, second is wildlife reserve. There are many other initiatives in place to protect the wildlife, polar bears, to protect the polar bears. So hope you are getting it. So paragraph D, the answer is global initiatives to protect polar bears. So let me just recapitulate all the answers. Paragraph A, the correct answer is 4th one, unique adaptations of polar bears. The second paragraph, paragraph B, the answer is threats to hunting and survival. Paragraph C, it's talking about behavior, so the answer is new behavior and interactions, number 1. And the paragraph D about conservation efforts. So the answer is global initiatives to protect polar bears, second one. So did you get 4 out of 4 here? Do let me know in the comment section. So accordingly, I would decide for the next set of videos whether to increase the complexity or decrease it. Also do let me know in the comment section as to how you felt about the video. You want me to continue this video series? Do leave your valuable comments. All these are real information, real data for us to understand more about what our viewers need. I hope this video was informative. If you think the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. With this, I'll park the video here soon. I'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.